Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here then welcome, my name's Chloe. So today's video is going to be a tutorial on this makeup look here, and for this look I've done something very different. I've tried a new makeup technique that is all over TikTok, and it's underpainting. So I've never tried this technique before. I'd never really looked into it because I wasn't too sure what it was, and I just thought it was just going to be a heavier style of makeup, but in fact you are just putting makeup exactly where you need to put it. Instead of having, you know, foundation, cream bronzer, cream blush, and then all your powders on top, you just kind of put the bronzer there, put your concealer around it, and then your foundation to blend. So I'm a really big fan of it. I mean, this is my first time trying it, so I think that I have gone a bit harsh with it, just from following a TikToker's tutorial where she quite likes to have a lot of makeup, so I'm definitely going to have to kind of try it out a bit more and kind of tweak it a bit to how I like it. But you know, this is literally a step by step that I have followed. If you guys would like to see more of me, you can find me on TikTok, Twitter and Instagram. That's under the same handle as my YouTube, which is Chloe KH with 2 E's, but I will put that in the description box below for you, as well as all of the products that I've used on my face in today's video. Well, I really hope that you guys enjoy watching this tutorial. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel before you leave, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye! Hi guys, so I'm going to stay zoomed out for this tutorial so you can just see sort of my full face really, as I'm not really doing anything to my eyes. I have got the Tatti lashes on, the ones that you put underneath your eyes with adhesive and then you bond it together, and they last for like, I don't know, I mean, this is the second time I've used them. I think my previous ones were on for about a week, and then I wanted to take them off, give my eyes a breather because I was filming that weekend and I wanted to use false lashes. And then these have been on for about 4 days now, and I'm using the a la mode version, which I think these ones are the like most voluminous out of the pack, and I am really getting on with them. I do really like them. So in today's video I am going to be trying out underpainting. It's not a technique that I have ever used before. I've always done my makeup the standard way of sort of, you know, foundation, contour, blush, concealer, things like that. But this way of doing your makeup, it's sort of all one layer because you're only putting the makeup where you need it. So I will not be putting foundation up here because this is where the contour will go. So I just want to see what it will do for me. So testing it out on my channel. I'm just going to start off by doing some skincare just to make sure that my skin is prepped in the best way. So I have already, you know, used cleanser, toner, an essence and a serum, and I'm just going to go in with my Kiehls Daily Reviving Concentrate. I love this. I can't do my makeup without it in the mornings. I try not to touch the dropper to my face, and I'm just going to pop this all over. Of course I'm going to take my Kiehls Creamy Avocado Eye Treatment. You can tell she is well loved. She's right down in there. So I will have to get some more, but it is my birthday month next month, so this eye cream may be on my list. I mean, I do have some others in my collection that I do need to really try before buying any more. I have a hell of a lot of Estee Lauder in there, especially. I'm going to use my Caudalie vinoperfect Day Cream. I'm really liking this one as well. It has such a nice like spa sort of smell to it. And I am going to take some primer. This is the Estee Lauder Futurist Aqua Brilliance Watery Glow Primer. I'm a big fan of this one as well. I also got this for Christmas off Jake's mum in a little set. It's you do have to buy one of their sets to get the Blockbuster for like a reduced price, as usually the Blockbuster is like over £300 by itself. So this was a little gift set that I had with it, which was really, really nice. It came with a lipstick, which I've shown on my channel before, and a little blush. I am going to put my Primark Beauty dupe for the Flawless Filter on my skin. You know, I haven't seen that people have been doing this, but I'm just going to pop it on and rub it in, as I'm just all about that glow, really. So hopefully when I put my, you know, layers on, that they'll just remain nice and glowy when mixing with her. I think that quite a few people are quite matte when using the underpainting technique, but I want to try it out but still remain me and glowy. So I have been watching, is it Cariad on, well, Cariad Ryan on TikTok. So I've just got her video up here of her underpainting. I see that she does it so much on TikTok, and I mean, it looks perfect on her. She really suits that type of makeup really well. And I just really wanted to try it out because she's always on my sort of For You page, and I watch her lives as she does TikTok shops and things. So I just really wanted to try it out and see what it would look like for me, because I mean, I am really, really happy with the journey that my skin is on at the moment, and I don't want to be using really heavy products, so maybe this sort of technique might be my new way of doing my base, I don't know. So in her video on the Teach Me How to Underpaint, she starts off with a cream bronzer. I do have a couple here. I've got my Chanel Soleil de Tan, I've got my Refy Tan bronzer. But as it's my first time trying out this technique, I think I'm going to go in with my Primark Beauty Chai Contour Stick, just because I know that this is really nice and creamy. It's not too dark in colour, and it blends quite well. So I'm just going to pop this in the areas that I want to bronze. So in her video she goes underneath her lip and over the top. Then I'm just going to take my Real Technique sculpting brush, and this is quite a nice flat angled brush that I like to use to blend out my cream contour anyway. And she said to not blend it too much. It's just, this is just a rough blend. So this is going to be a bit weird for me, as I do like to really blend in, but you know, we're just going to do a rough blend, and hopefully everything will just kind of melt together when I start to put more layers with it. Well, not layers, but the different sections of my face, because we are just doing one layer. Okay, I am well and truly looking crazy. I just feel like a bit of a scarecrow. But we will go in with the next step, and that is to use a concealer. So I'm going to be using my Too Faced concealer here. I have got my NARS one, but she's a little bit lighter than this one, so I think that I'm going to take this one. And I've seen that she pops it just underneath her contour. Okay, so she's used the concealer to tidy up any areas and do a little bit of highlight. So I'm going to pop a little bit on my chin like she does. I've just popped it underneath the contour, and she goes sort of around the brows. Just sort of here. And then I've seen that she mostly uses brushes for this stage. Now I do rely heavily on a beauty blender, but I'm going to use my Peaches and Cream PC08 brush just to roughly blend this in. So next she uses a foundation just to kind of go in between the concealer and the bronzer. And for today's video, I'm going to use my NARS foundation. This was on my recent de-influencing video. I found that it was quite yellow, but then again I was using it all over and sort of putting things on top of it, so I might try this out as I'm only going to be using a little bit of it, and I do really like the finish of that. I want to see how it looks with this underpainting, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I'm just popping a few bits just on my forehead so for an in-between blend, and then sort of down here, seeing that she puts it. And I'm missing out the eyes as well. Go back in with my PC08 brush and blend. And I'm staying away from this area underneath my eyes. Okay, so she says at this step that you can go in with a beauty blender, but try not to blend too much into the contour. So I am just going to go in with my sponge. Okay, so next she takes two concealers. So I'm going to go back in with my Too Faced one, and then I'm going to take my Huda Beauty. This is the whipped cream faux filter, so this is very, very light. So she puts the slightly darker shade of concealer just here, so it's kind of in between the contour and the lighter shade. And then I'm going to take the shade Whipped Cream and put that closer to my eye. I'm trying to not put too much of each concealer down because they are both quite full coverage. She also puts her lighter concealer a little bit here and a little bit here. And then again, she goes in with a brush. So I'm going to take my PC08 and just sort of blend these together. Okay, so I have taken my beauty blender, as I cannot stand just using a brush, and I've just kind of blended that a little bit further. Okay, so her next step on her video is to set the bronzer with powder. So I'm going to take my trusty Vieve bronzer here. This is the Modern Bronzer in Light, and I'm just going to take the light shade, and I'm just going to be so light-handed with this, and just kind of rub off any excess and build the brush up like that. And then I'm just going to gently pop this over the top. Then she kind of goes back in with any of her brushes to clean up that line. I will go in with my sponge and just kind of go around this. I want everything to look kind of melted together. I don't want anything too harsh. Okay, and next she takes a spray and just sprays her whole face. So I'm just going to take my MAC Fix Plus and just completely drench my face. And apparently you're just supposed to leave this until it's dry. I've just looked ahead at the video that I have been watching for this, and she didn't use a cream blush, so that's why she's gone in with the powder bronzer. She's just used a powder blush in this underpainting, so I will just go ahead with the rest of the steps of this video and just use a powder blush, but I do really like to use a cream blush, so I'm going to have to look for another video and see sort of how and where she kind of, well, I understand where she would put it, but in what sort of steps and exactly how she does it. Okay, so my face is dry now. I was not going to go in with any powder whilst it was still wet, as powder will just cling to those sort of patches. So I'm just going to pat out my concealer with my cocoa sponge as I'm going to set this. I'm going to use my Huda Beauty Cherry Blossom Easy Bake Powder and my Trigwell Powder Puff. Just using this to lightly set underneath my contour and take the excess and just kind of move around the lower part of my face as well. And then a little bit on the forehead because I have used a concealer. So the next step that I like to take with my powder, as I can see that she goes straight to blush in this TikTok, I just kind of like to push the powder in. And then I like to set that with, this is the Benefit Hello Happy Velvet Powder Foundation in shade 1. I do also really like my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless powder, but I'm just going to pop this one over the top. It gives a little bit of brightness as well as extra kind of staying power. Okay, so Carriad then goes in with some powder blush. So I'm just going to take my Vieve Pesca Peachy Blush on my Morphe E4 brush and just pop her all over the cheeks. Okay, so I personally like to put a little bit of highlighter on as well. I could see that she didn't use cream highlighter in the video, so I didn't either. I just kind of really did her step-by-steps. So I'm just going to take my Doll Beauty Shine Bright and Like a Diamond Duo and just kind of do a little bit of a mix between the two and highlight the cheeks. Then I'm just going to do some finishing touches, like I'm going to pop a little bit of Gimme Brow in my brows. And then I'm also going to put on a lip. I'm going to use my MAC Cherry Lip Pencil and my Fenty Beauty Uncensored Stunna lip paint, as I just really fancied having a red lip. and some roller lash on my bottom lashes. Okay, so just some final thoughts on the look. I mean, in person it looks okay. On camera I can really see the light and dark contrast. Like, it looks quite heavy and a bit much. So I'll have to see how this looks when I edit it. But in person, you know, it does look quite nice. It's definitely something that I will be trying out a bit more and maybe tweaking, as I do like to have a bit more of a softer blend with it. But I definitely like the idea of, instead of just putting like a foundation all over and then, you know, cream bronzer and powder bronzer, cream blush, you know, powder blush all on top, I can see how, you know, you can feel cakey and things can crease, and just putting products where you want them. I completely understand that, and I think that I am definitely going to try out this technique a bit more and incorporate cream blush and cream highlight into it as well. But as a first time trying it, I don't think I've done too badly. You know, I followed the steps, you know, in her step-by-step TikTok. I've followed those, and you know, I do quite like it. So I will just have to carry on with it, of course, tweak it, and you know, just kind of make it my own really. I'm just going to style my hair a bit more, put a little outfit on, get out of this dressing gown, and I will be back to show you the finished look. Hey guys, so this is the finished look here. I really hope that you've enjoyed watching this tutorial. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel before you leave, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!